Throughout the Covid-19 pandemic, we've all been kept protected using the face mask. Now, for those of you who aren't deaf or hard of hearing, you can hear me, although it covers my lips. But for lip readers, these masks have completely limited their communication and their understanding of others. Over 11 million people in the UK suffer with hearing loss, making it the UK's second most common disability. The introduction of masks sparked Simon Houghton to create the We Support Deaf Awareness campaign to help organisations understand how to engage with the deaf community.
The straw that broke the camel's back was the opticians. When I went into opticians and they were doing you put the thing over you and you're looking at, and they're asking questions, and she had a mask and she had a face shield on. And she was saying stuff like, is this better than that? And I'm like, I can't hear you. I have to lip read. And she was just ploughing straight on. She said, oh, yeah, there's that. And I'm like, oh. And my frustration was just slowly and surely just getting up and up and up. I said, if I have to go, now I'll experience this again, and my wife not being close by, then I'll have to do something. And what I did was I doctored my mask. So this is my mask. And what I did was I says deaf and lip read. And the person at the kind of COVID station, she took a step back, she pulled her mask down and she said, how can I help? And that's just the behaviour that I was hoping I would receive.
Simon created a training session following his experiences, so people that are deaf or hard of hearing are signposted to places that are deaf aware. His slogan is placed in their window. Over 23,000 people took the training in the first 4 weeks, many from several NHS trusts. Emma Mendes da Costa could not hear without her hearing aids and rolled out the training to Sussex Community NHS Foundation Trust.
Simon's training couldn't have come at a better time. The serious social and mental health implications for anyone with hearing loss in this country have been major over the last year or so. Some of the most damaging situations when I'm out is if I don't move out the way if somebody is behind me and they've been saying something. They'll sometimes physically move me, which causes a great deal of anxiety, to be honest. Even more so at the moment because I'm pregnant.
University Hospitals Dorset have also rolled out the training. Elaine Golding is deaf and struggled like Emma and Simon with the introduction of masks.
It was very lonely, I can tell you. I was at home anyway, but I suddenly found then I couldn't go to a shop without my husband because I couldn't communicate with anyone. It actually made me more withdrawn and I stopped going out completely.
I got to have a go at some of Simon's training myself.
The most important thing you're going to learn is, and then I go on mute. You didn't hear anything there, did you? So I deliberately muted the screen. So I do that at the beginning of the presentation, and people say, well, I was getting a bit frustrated because I didn't know what was going on. I was wondering if there was a technical problem. I was a bit stressed because I couldn't hear and it was quite important. I was, and all these kind of behavioural, feeling stressed about stuff. And I said, that's what it's like to be deaf.
But for Simon and the other 11 million people who suffer with hearing loss in the UK, as we try to phase back to a maskless life, progress still needs to be made.
The pandemic's taught us lots of things. It's taught us that there are barriers in society to many things. And it's highlighted it, but it is how we kind of move that forward now. We don't want to go back. We don't want to say, okay, if we don't have to wear masks, okay, we don't need to bother anymore, because actually those issues are still there.